everybody, it's Amanda Fullerton. Today I'm going to go over my vocabulary lesson plan. It's for 2nd grade and it should take us roughly 15 minutes or so. The teacher objective is that the teacher will identify how 2 words make up a compound word and distinguish how to use the knowledge of 2 individual words to help predict the meaning of the compound words. To start off our lesson, we will follow our high frequency words PowerPoint. The learner will stand and read each high frequency word as it flashes on the screen. The teacher will ask some questions to get the students thinking. Did anyone brush their teeth this morning? What did you use? Toothbrush and toothpaste are both compound words. Did anyone, which is another compound word, have breakfast this morning? You all ate a compound word today. Breakfast. Did anyone eat lunch this afternoon? Another compound word, afternoon. Today we are going to learn about compound words. We're going to put 2 smaller words together to make a larger word. My purpose and importance is that the learner will be able to use their prior knowledge of individual words to help predict the meaning of a compound word. Continuity. In the past, we will have done a daily review of high-frequency words. Today, we're going to predict the meaning of compound words. And hopefully tomorrow, we'll start reading compound words by breaking them apart and using prior knowledge to help determine the meaning of the word. My objective, the learner will predict the meaning of compound words by using their prior knowledge of individual words. Let's see. For motivation, we will start with a quick YouTube video on Jack Hartman. Everybody loves Jack Hartman. And I will show you that.
Listen up. Take 2 words and make them one. What do you get? And make them one. What do you get? Take the word base and take the word ball. Put them together and what do you get? You get baseball. Take the word sun and take the word shine. Put them together and what do you get? You get sunshine. Take the word play and take the word ground. Put them together and what do you get? You get playground. Take the word fire.
So you kind of get the idea there. The learner will watch the video about compound words and the teacher will discuss compound words with the students. We'll use the document camera and the projector, of course, to show the video. I will watch for oral responses as we discuss the compound words, and we're doing this whole group. The teacher will then explain and show under the document camera how compound words are actually 2 words put together. For example, homework, home and work, baseball, base, and the word ball. Lunchroom, lunch and room. Basketball, basket, ball. Okay? The objective is that the learner will identify the meaning of compound words by pairing word cards that name pictures with an 85% accuracy. Up next, we will then do a compound word hunt. I found that on the Florida Center for Reading Research. Okay. that is where we will take.
And take the word.
Apparently, Jack Hartman wants to finish. We will take, and I will show the picture. Okay, and I would ask the students, "What is this?" And they would say, "It's a cowboy." And I would say, "Good. Can you tell me the 2 words in cowboy?" And then they would say, "Cow." And then they would say, "Boy." Cowboy. Okay. I would model a few of these. And then we would pass out a bunch of the words and the pictures, and they would team up with a partner, and they would go through the words and match. They would pick one card that showed the picture, and the other person would scatter the words on their desk, and they would have to find 2 words that create that picture. So the students would see this picture and they would say rattlesnake, and so they would have to find rattle and the word snake, and then they would group them together and say rattlesnake. They would go through each one of the activities, and once they did that, then they would switch off with their partner and then do it all over again. They would continue until all the word cards are matched up with the picture words. And I would ask the students if they had any questions. Up next, I would call all the students to the carpet, and I would read Amelia Bedelia is for the Birds. And while reading this, I would explain to the students that I'm going to read it, and I want them to listen for compound words. And when they hear a compound word, I want them to pull up 2 fists, just like Jack Hartman did, and build the word. Okay? So if they heard the word outside, they would go, and they would put them together. Outside, and put it together. Or if they heard inside, they would go inside and put it together. This would go on for homework, afternoon, everything, super fast, someone. And I would just kind of observe and see if they were catching on as I was reading reading the book and listening for those compound words. I would then ask the students, what is a compound word? Is it easier to identify compound words verbally or in print? So is it easier for them to listen to the words as I'm reading them, or is it easier for them to look in a story or in a book that they're reading, or in a game where they see the words and are able to piece them together themselves? And then I would also ask them, why do you think it is important to be able to identify compound words? And hopefully they would kind of think about, well, it's a way to build even more words. For homework, I would challenge the students to collect and bring in on a piece of paper 20 compound words for the next day, and see how the class as a whole does on that, and see how many were able to come up with the full 20 questions. For my early finishers, I would have the students use their AR book to find and write down as many compound words as they can find out of their book, and see how many they come up with. For my special needs students, I would have the learner work with if the learner with a reading disability, I would have them work with a paraprofessional on identifying the words that make up the compound words. For my learners who are my English language learners, I would have them work one-on-one with the teacher to identify the words that make up the compound words that match the picture, just like the compound word hunt game that we did. For remediation, I would have the learner work with the teacher later in the day during a small group rotation and work on more compound words. For enrichment, I would have the learner create their own compound word cards by using the blank cards that were provided in the FCRR. And I can show you that real quick. Okay, so this is the FCRR website, and if you look, so here are the words, and of course they're backwards, but you get the gist. And there's the pictures, and then there are some blank ones there that the students can create their own compound words. So that's pretty neat, and I think that'd be a good challenge for the students to be able to try to come up with their own words. That is all I have, and I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Bye, guys.